Dajahao, what are the Dread Screamers? Today we're making history because that's right, our support of the League of Levia has paid off, and one of us has finally gotten our girl to her first living legend points, and it was none other than the Taiwanese Calling Champion, Sheng Xun, who I've got in the call here today, joined by Lionel. Say hi, guys.
Hello.
Sweet. Thanks for joining me. But before we get into the main course of this interview, I just wanted to say congrats to all of us who keep trying week by week to get this hero some glory, because it's finally happened, right? For everyone who wants to get a little inside scoop on what the other diehard Levia players are brewing and discussing, I actually did start a League of Levia Discord, so link in the description below for everyone to jump in. There's no Patreon attached to it. Just jump in. It's free. Get to talking, get to brewing, and be on the lookout for giveaways and other cool things, ways to engage that'll be coming to that Discord pretty soon. But anyway, back to the featured guest this week. We've got Sheng Xun with me today to go over his victory lap and thoughts post-tournament, along with Lionel, who got second place at that same ProQuest, and he's going to be here to help us translate a bit. So, 我的中文不好, so honestly, big thanks, Lionel, for joining us today as well. Yeah. But before we dig into the tournament run, Sheng Xun, tell the League of Levias a bit about yourself and how you got into Flesh and Blood.
你自我介绍。没有，你讲中文。你自我介绍，就是你说你将进入 FAB。
哦，那个跟朋友一起开始玩，然后玩多久是？
玩多久？
我玩这个游戏1年。
So he started out with his friends, and they've been playing around for a year. It was from Monarch. Yeah, Monarch release.
Oh yeah, just a year. That's pretty common, even in the United States here. Most of us has only been playing for a year. All pretty young. Look at you. So if memory serves, you did recently win the Calling Taiwan on Starvo. Congratulations, by the way. But I do have to say, making the switch from the best deck in format to playing Levia is pretty drastic. What made you decide to play her, and how did you decide on which build?
为什么你用 Star？ 就是换去哪一首人？
我很喜欢这个英雄，然后因为之前打有血在的打得不太好，然后刚好看到你的影片，然后我就想说拿这套去 ProQuest 试试看。
So like after like the ban and restriction, he went out like because Levi is his like favorite hero. So yeah, favorite hero. So like he played the blood that one, like the original one, like aggro one. So like do as much damage as possible. But later on, like just before that ProQuest that he won, he saw your video about the non-blood one. So he just like wrote down the deck list and just play on the spot that day. By following your site. Yeah.
Wow. Oh, wow. So you had no practice with like a slower, more control version of Levia going into that. That is pretty darn impressive. Were you a little scared like going into it, or were you confident? How'd you feel?
你有怕吗？还是你比赛的心情？
就轻松啊，我当我去测试牌组。
So like he used this ProQuest as his testing. So he was just testing out. He wasn't like really confident for it.
Oh, that is wow. Honestly, I'm hurting a bit after that. You know, I try so hard at these ProQuests, and there you are in a amazing competitive metagame, and you're just casually bringing this Levia jank deck you found online to an event, and you win the whole thing. So that's pretty incredible. Major congrats. You are a fantastic player. I mean, we knew that going in, but you know, we're about to get into the juicy part actually. So, so many people have asked, and I think they were kind of doubtful, honestly, as well. What were the matchups that you played into? Because people don't like believing that this like underdog hero can really do it, especially when they're on like a less popular build. You know, how do they pull off a win? Did you just get like really lucky? Did you have weak opponents? I mean, I think you played really well. I think you had great opponents, but there's doubters out there. So I'm curious as to, you know, how did that tournament go for you? How was the Swiss rounds in particular?
就说在瑞士制。
我
第一轮开始。
第一局打游血的时候，我以为我会时间不够，所以我想的比较快。然后后来发现这样顺打时间是够的，然后就是尽量挡，因为那个他的牌消耗的会比自己快。 我后面还有遇到蛮多局游戏啊，我是用这样的策略。
So like for his first match, he faced up against Lexi. So he thought that it wouldn't be enough time because when you're facing Lexi, most of the time you'll be blocking, right?
Mhm.
But later on, he found like slowly he'll catch back the rhythm. So he gained control of the tempo back to the game, and he won the match for the first round.
Amazing. And was that Ice or Lightning Lexi?
Ice.
Ice. Oh,
Lexi.
well done. Okay, so Ice Lexi down round 1. How did round 2 go?
Yellow.
打换住我那个大颗的灵气有拆掉，他那个小颗的灵盾一直打1，然后我一直扣到伤害，然后那把就输了。
So for the second round, he lost against Prism.
It is tough.
Yeah, because of the aura, the Sentinel, and then also like those small token auras, so like just poking for 1-on-1, so he can't like get rid of him. So that's why he lost the game for the second round.
Yeah, that's the tough part of playing the control deck, right? Is you lose the pressure, and if you can't just get lucky on scabs every turn, the auras get out of hand. But yeah, just tough luck with matchups sometimes. But okay, that was round 2, so you did lose to Prism. It's expected. What about round 3?
第三，
跟法师打那个，然后前面看用四模仿，所以前面赢蛮多血。可是有一回合我手还没了，让他接，让他接，然后他有打错，不然我觉得我那回合应该死了，因为还蛮顺的。
So for third round, he faced off against Kano.
Whoa.
And he won. At first, because he was wearing AB4, Arcane Barrier 4. So like the amount of like blood they have left, life left, which is the gap is very big. So and then the opponent is like everything he do is like when you flip the top deck, he wants whatever he wants. So it's like for him it's like an easy game. But later on, during the end game part, the opponent miscalculated and lost that game. Yeah. So that's how he got like the winning for that one for Kano.
Yeah, I mean sometimes it is just up to how well your opponent plays, and Kano's definitely one of those decks where it's up to them to play correctly, and if they don't pull through, then yeah, hey, that's a win in my book. Okay, sweet. So different matchups all the way through to round 3. You secured the win versus Kano. What was round 4 like?
一样是打流血啊，就一样把他挡干就好。
So same, he faced up against Lexi or Ice Lexi, and he used the same strategy that he used on the first match, which helped him a lot. And the game went smooth for him. Like it went great for him.
Great. That's everything you could want. I mean, Rangers, honestly, when they face a weapon class, you just beat them down. So that's good. That's good to hear. So was there, there were 5 or 6 rounds. What was the next round?
5 rounds. 5 rounds.
5 rounds. Okay, so last round in Swiss, how'd that one go for you?
Good.
一样是流血。
So he faced up against Lexi again. Ice
Whoa.
Lexi. Because the tournament there we have 5 Starvos, 4 Prism, and 4 Lexi on the pie chart there.
Yep. Oh wow. Okay, so I assume it was just another beatdown.
Yep, another beatdown for him.
Good. That's why we play these decks, meta calls and all. So sweet. So you're going into the top cut at 4-1, right?
Yep,
4-1. Sweet. So yeah, not even on the bubble. That's got to feel pretty great. And let me tell you, I guess all those rapid sacrifices that all the League of Levias are making, they weren't in vain, because you got into that top cut and they actually won the whole thing. But we're going to break it down a bit. How did your top 8 go?
阿强，你说问题。
的那个打暗影魔剑，然后我觉得用挡光他的方法比较好。然后他做那个日食出来，最好是下一回就把那个 token 解掉。
So his first top 8 match was against Chain.
Wow, first chain of the tournament in top 8. Okay, interesting.
And he used the fatigue strategy to try to fatigue him out, and his opponent wasn't expecting a fatigue Levia. So he that's how he caught him for top 8. Yeah.
Nice. Easy peasy. A lot of people say, why don't you just play Reinhardt, man? Like, Levia fatigue looks like so trash. Just play Reinhardt, dude. One of the reasons is because of the surprise factor. I mean, in a tournament like a ProQuest, there's enough people in the room that not everyone can get scouted. So And when someone sees Levia, they just assume for the most part aggro. And when you're not, I mean that's a huge advantage in and of itself. So it got you that win in top 8. That's fantastic. How did top 4 go?
吃小被动。
一样是遇到爱魔剑，这个玩家比较强，差一点点就输了，还好。
你说那忍者大师啊，
对
都来大师。
对。
So
主播，
都来大师。So top 4, he went up against his own teammate, which is if you watch the calling video for the Taiwan, there's the guy on the left side, right? The commentator. So he's like one of the Taiwan top players. We call him Ninja God, which is his nickname since he always plays Katsu. But this time he's using Chain, and he knew the fact about the fatigue deck because he saw it in top 8, like how he fatigued his opponent. So he went for Eclipse strategy, but because he can't get the Eclipse in time, so that's how he lost to him.
Oh wow. Okay, so your opponent, do you know how many cards they were running? Like they actually went for the full anti-fatigue board?
Anti-fatigue board.
Yeah, but couldn't pull together. Interesting. I mean, I've played into chains that are very prepared for the fatigue, and it still seems like it goes Levi's way more often than it doesn't. Surprise factor or not, you actually have like the sigils, the defense reactions. You've got an easy way to kill Urser. You've got Null Rune too. I mean, it seems not so bad. Were you a little bit scared going into that when you saw he was prepared for fatigue, or how are you feeling?
对啊，
有
yeah, he's a bit scared since he's one of the top players in Taiwan.
Well, how did that end up life-wise? Was it pretty tight in the end, or?
It was almost pretty tight.
Pretty tight. Okay.
Because like his Eclipse came in like banished like in the late game. Like it was too late for the Ursa to come in to help him.
Oh wow. Okay, so he didn't even summon Ursa that game.
Yeah, it was too late for him, so he can't do anything about it. So that's how he lost the game.
Crazy. Well, hey,
it was a teammate, so yeah, it's still good.
Yeah, still good. Just bringing Team Waterslide up to the top. But then that puts you in the finals, right? And there's only a couple Levias that have ever made it to the finals of the ProQuest. So well done already. But then, if I'm right, it was actually you two versus each other in that final match. Tell me about that.
说下我们冠亚赛怎样？
我那个我甩骰子都很强。
Oh, so like like there's one like you prevent damage right when you roll the dice.
Oh yeah, bonehead barrier.
Yeah, on the first turn against me, you roll 你猜多少？
我2个都才3还是？
So he rolled a 3 and 4, so he blocked all my like key damages and stuff.
Okay, I thought you were gonna say he rolled like a 6 or something. 3 and 4, that's what you want anyway. That's fine.
3强系。
那天so that day, for me it was quite bad because like I lost around 25 non-blood depth cards for my chain skill when I banished it. So it was not an easy game for me. And I missed my Eclipse. When I dropped it, I can't like banish it since like I have to pitch back down and then like pitch back again. So it was not good for me. Yeah.
I see. Okay, so how did that one feel? Like how tight was it in the end, in the moment?
My life was at 5, he was at 1.
What?
Yep.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
Okay. Even with things going wrong. Pretty tight. Crazy.
Pretty tight.
But I assume it just got to the lockout state, right? You're out of deck and then Levia.
Yeah. He summoned Ursa, but then after that he just E-strike my Ursa for 7.
Yeah.
The next turn I'm like,
kill deal.
so he's like, oh, E-strike for 7. I'm like, okay. So my Ursa is gone, and we're like, oh, I don't think I have anything to do anymore. So
fantastic. Well, that is quite the run. Okay, so just to remind everyone at this point, it was Lexi win, Prism loss, Kano win, Lexi win, chain win. Holy crap. that is actually like an amazing run. I mean, you didn't see any like Starvo. Starvo can get a little bit tight as well, but normally the deck has a good end game for it. But
most of Starvo face against me. I took on most of Starvos.
You got him down for us. Well done.
I got him. That's why he didn't face against them.
Hey, well, honestly, deck's good enough. I think you would have won anyway. You're a fantastic player, Sheng Xun. So that's the run, right? You freaking did it. It's just incredible. And I heard you even opened a gold foil Gambler's Gloves. Is that right?
Yep.
Oh
You
my
can't
God,
go-
just what a
Yeah.
legendary run. Everything was written. It must have been. You did it. The Blasmophet has been satiated. Thank you so much for sharing that legendary story. But now that runs over, now that you've been the first on the board to get her living legend points, are you going to stick with Levia? Are you going to explore different ways to build, or maybe move on to new meta decks? What's your future for you and Levia?
现在那你送人就是你送了给他分数后，你之后你会干嘛？继续玩它，还是玩控制，还是你会去其他牌组？
我的问题很有深度。
He said like this question is very hard for him because right now he's still thinking about it.
那再尝试，如果真的觉得觉得可以跟主流抗衡，可能大比赛我会考虑带出去。如果觉得打起来，测起来不太行，那我可能还是会换职业。
新加坡 calling.
对，
So like there's recently a Singapore calling, right? Announced. So he says if it's possible to face up against the metal heroes, he'll continue to bring Levia as control of Levia. If not, he might change other decks depending on the meta.
Okay, yeah. So, I mean, because the thing is, I think a lot of people see Levia as, if you're a competitive player, you just shouldn't really touch her. But here you are a competitive player with like the best result you can have, like a calling win. I mean, other than like a Pro Tour win, it's the best thing you can have. And you're out here playing Levia and legitimately considering Levia for something like the Calling Singapore. That's incredible. And I feel very proud. I feel like we've done it as a little League of Levia community here. Convinced even some really good players to give her a shot. That's all she needs. So, wow. I really hope you stick around with Levia. Keep bringing some success to us as a league. But I think that's all the questions I had. So, any shout outs, any social media you'd like the people to know about, you want to share?
Yeah. 就是浇下水，就是说感谢水还是。
感谢你的影片。
Oh, so he wants to shout out to you. Thanks for your video. Thanks for all your videos about Levia.
Well, no problem. I'm out here. I'll keep making them. Don't you worry. Don't you worry. I got a ProQuest tomorrow, man. Maybe I bring home a second win. We don't know. But
You remember like the last season ProQuest? For the last season, the ProQuest season 1, he did like watch our video and he did bring Levia to top 8.
Oh, you did. Okay, sweet.
Yeah, he did bring it to, but he got shut down by Starvo.
Oh, yeah. Well, that deck is just no fun. We need him gone, don't we? But
Yeah, he's gone.
Yeah. Oh, for sure he is. And Chain pretty soon too. Sorry, Lionel. You'll need to find a new hero. You interested in some Levia?
I play on the Rune Blades, so I'm like a Rune Blade player. Like all 3 of them, I would play them.
I'm just saying, Levia has that shadow border. So does Chain and Viscerai do too. We're not that far over.
Yep.
All right. Any other shout outs though, guys? You have a team, right?
Yeah, we have a team. It's called Team Waterside. It's like we have around one player from Malaysia, which is me, and then one from Singapore, and most of them from Taiwan.
Nice. Taiwan #1 in my
Yep,
heart and in the world, as always. But honestly, guys, what a pleasure. Shout out to LSS for making a game that can connect us all, world over. Look at us. So, you know what? Thank you guys so much for being here. Thanks for doing this little interview and instilling faith in all of us Levia players across the globe. So that's it for me. 谢谢你们. Bye-bye.
谢谢。